Yeah, what's up with y'all, boys and girls, man? Hey, Jay Briggs here on this beautiful money-making Thursday here with PickDawgz Morning Show. I know the drill, man. We're live 365 days a year just to let you guys know our thoughts, opinions, and how we see the day's action playing out. Man, oh man, the air is crisp. It's kind of cool outside. Getting ready to turn the calendar. Dog days of summer, they're in the rearview window, ladies and gentlemen. We got Thursday, college football tonight. Pretty good for early season action for not having no football. I think it's a really solid slate. Of course, we still got some Major League Baseball today, and we got some WNBA, man. So it's a really solid card, really solid schedule. I got a really solid crew ready to help me break it down and see what's going on today. He's always here. I know who he is. It's the franchise. Chris Ruffalo, what's happening, my man? How you doing this morning?
Doing all right. Coming off winning day yesterday. Unfortunately, it was the play of the day let me down yesterday, but it's all right. Bounce back today. Like you said, football's here, so been doing a deep dive on all these games. Even the FBS, FCS matchups have been seeing a little bit of attention from me. So ready to break down the card and see if we can find some value, make some money.
Let's do it. Ron the Don Romanelli on a back-to-back. What's happening?
I'm doing well. Good morning. I barely made it in time. I was running late. Had to go place my athletics to win the 2026 World Series ticket. But the A's sweep the Tigers in Sacramento. Easy money.
Yes, they do.
Proud of myself on that one. I don't pat myself on the back too often, but I'm gonna pat myself on the back.
That was a good call. You called it, and it came out directly to fruition. I give you flowers on that one. Shout out to you. Like I said, Ron's on a back-to-back today. I kind of like to fade teams on a back-to-back. Do I fade Ron on a back-to-back? We'll see. Was no travel though, so I might not. Brian B, good morning, sir. How are you doing this morning?
Well, off a winning day, it's hard to be in a bad mood. I think me and Ron are due for a major heater coming up. I tailed Ron on those athletics every single game for the same amount, and I thank him. He's the GOAT. Got us a 3-0 sweep there. But I'm looking forward to this card today. You can have a potpourri of action out there with baseball, basketball, and football.
Yes, sir. Yes, you can. I'm ready to break it down and see what's going on today. For me, yesterday, I went 1-2. I lost my WNBA play of the month. That hurt. Damn Aces is just red fucking hot. Shout out to them. They're just red hot. Shout out to them. Baseball, I went 1-1 yesterday. Cash play of the day in baseball. I had the under Mariners. Padres? Yeah, that's what it was. Padres. Kind of a sweat. Not really, though. So, cash that. Brewers, Diamondbacks didn't go over. So, that was my day yesterday. But I'm ready to attack it today. I like today's card, man. I'm glad to have some football back. I got two big plays in college football. A play in the dub and a play in Major League Baseball. But there's a lot of other plays that I definitely could have bet today. So, I'm ready to talk about it, see what the guys feeling, see what the guys thinking. Let's do it, fellas. Let's do it. We're going to start our day like we usually do in Major League Baseball. First game of the day today is the Boston Red Sox. They're battling it out with the Baltimore Orioles. Red Sox, pretty sizable favorites in this one. On the mound for them is Mama That Man, Garrett Crochet. On the other side is Cade Povich. Next game on the slot is those Diamondbacks and the Brewers. And this one is Chris Matt for the Diamondbacks, Jose Quintana for Milwaukee. And we have the Rockies and the Astros, Kyle Freeland on the mound for the Rockies, Alexander on the mound for the Astros. Franchise player. 3-game slots start today in Major League Baseball. How we feeling? What we looking at?
Yeah, I don't love the price with the Astros, but I think it's the only way to go here on the run line. Historically been a solid team against lefties. Kyle Freeland on the road this season. He's 2-8 with an ERA just under 5. So even though he's not necessarily pitching getting destroyed on the road every single game, the ERA could definitely be a lot worse, but doesn't have the offense to back him up, even if he had an ERA in the mid to low 4s. So, Jason Alexander's still a respectable option. If this game was at Coors, if it was Jason Alexander's first career start at Coors, I could make a case for the Rockies, but at home, I have to back the Astros on the run line here again. It's just hard because there's not a whole lot of value to go along with taking that, but I think it's the play. I'm going to take a shot on Arizona here. I just think that Chris Matt's looked good in his first couple starts. The Diamondbacks have been hitting well against lefties. Normally, I like backing the Brewers, but I think that they're getting ready to come to Toronto and have that big marquee series this weekend. So give me the Diamondbacks, take a shot on them on getaway day.
So I'm gonna be honest. Today, some of these graphics are backwards. So I'm sorry. I didn't do a great job of that today. So just to let y'all know, some of them, the home teams on the left, some of them, the home teams on the right. Majority of them, I think the home team's on the left. And but all the odds should be correct. I apologize. I have it ready and back in order tomorrow. So just forewarn you in the comments. Round the done. How we feeling? How we feeling in this first slot?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Chris on the Diamondbacks. I like the price we're getting. I just don't think Jose Quintana should be a minus 160 pitcher, even though he's having a good season on paper. He still has a 5.02 expected ERA, which is bottom 14th percentile in the league. I think the Diamondbacks have proven in the month of August to really improve their game against left-handed pitching. Chris Matt's been so far so good. I don't know if he can continue to pitch this well, but he's been a good option so far, and I think the Diamondbacks are going to back him up offensively. So Diamondbacks team total over and Arizona money line is what I'm looking at for that one.
Brian B., who are we looking at here in this first slot?
I try to keep it to 1 per slot, but I'm with the guys here on the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's just that Quintana for me at minus 160 seems a bit high, even though he's been a good option for Milwaukee here. I just think Arizona was 7.5 games behind the wild card. They can't afford to lose any of these games. And Milwaukee fat and happy here, well up in the division. And I like the Baltimore Orioles plus 1.5. I think this team's cost me maybe the most money of any Major League Baseball team this year, but 2 games out of the 3 in this series, I believe, were 1-run contests. Last game of 8-game road trip for the Red Sox here, get out of town day. I'll take the Orioles plus 1.5.
Not my favorite slot today to start the day. I would lean Red Sox here in this one. Don't let the price at minus 185, but I think they're just the better team. I'm hoping this team takes some L's. My Rangers finally starting to heat up, so I need somebody in that AL to start losing, but they're all winning. Astros got to win yesterday. Mariners got to win yesterday. Red Sox got to win yesterday. Yankees got to win yesterday. God damn, somebody lose. So I think the Red Sox stack another win today. Hope they lose. Am I betting it at this price? Probably not. Everybody just took the Diamondbacks. I'm joining them all aboard the hate train. Welcome. Welcome to the hate train. I'm with the guys, though. I think Quintana, he's due. Arizona's looked really good offensively for the most part here in the month of August. I did lose taking the over in this series yesterday. In this game yesterday, cashed at the other games. But I think we go right back to it here in this one. I think overall there's going to be a higher scoring game. Do I trust Chris Matt to continue to pitch the way he's pitching? No, not necessarily. But I think this is going to be a back and forth game. Probably one of the more exciting of the series. And I like an over. Lean towards the Diamondbacks for the value. Astros, Rockies. I'm cool. Nothing really for me here in this one. But we keep it rolling, ladies and gentlemen. We keep it rolling. The next game we will talk about is the Cardinals and the Pirates. Pirates are out on the road facing the Cardinals. So this is one where the home team is on the left. Ashcraft on the mound for the Pirates. Miles McCollum on the mound for the Cardinals. Giants and the Cubs. Let's see, Giants, Logan Webb on the mound for them. Iman Nagasama on the mound for the Cubs. Solid pitching matchup in this one. Lines hanging around even money. And we have the Braves and the Phillies. Cal Quantrill versus Aaron Nola. We're on the done. How we feeling?
Yeah, listen, Cal Quantrill not his best first start with his new team, but he's still one of the more profitable pitchers in Major League Baseball this year. You've got a Phillies team that played miserable baseball in that Mets series. Aaron Nola, who's just 3 starts back from his injury, was not really the sharpest. His return from injury, his second start was a little bit better, but still 2 home runs given up. Braves are playing competitive ball. I think this is a value play here in Atlanta plus the plus money, or you could take plus 1.5 runs for minimal juice. But I think Cal Quantrill, 4 or 5 decent innings should be good enough for Atlanta to compete in this game. Give me the Braves.
Brian B., how we feeling here in these 3?
Yeah, I agree with the plus 1.5 here on the Atlanta Braves, but I'll take the over 9.5. Nola's been getting, if he's not hitting his spots, he gets torched. And Quantrill, the Phillies lineup coming off a series against the Mets, they really didn't hit the ball well, but I think Quantrill, I think Cal Quantrill will be the medicine for their bats here. I'll take the over 9.5 Phillies Braves.
I'm taking the Braves, something I don't do often on the road. Jay, taking the Braves on the road. I've actually liked the way they've played on the road recently. Offensively, they've shown up the last couple days, and I think they can show up again offensively today off Nola. When I'm looking at the Phillies just had a really disappointing series against the Mets. You could say the Phillies are not playing great baseball right now. The Braves playing some solid baseball right now. You got plus money demon Cal Quantrill on the mound. This is a Brave spot for me. I'm on Atlanta. I'm going to take them here straight up on the ML. I would lean under Giants Cubs. Imanaga, Logan Webb, total 7.5. While the Giants have been playing better right now, I still don't trust this team offensively. I think Imanaga could have a solid outing. And I think Webb, we already know what it is with Webb. So super square. But it's all right. I think it cashes. I like an under here. Giants, Cubs. Chris, how we feeling?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cubs in this one. I still just don't trust the Cubs against left-handed pitching. Imanaga's still one of the better lefties in baseball. I know Logan Webb has pitched really well at home for the better part of his career, but I don't trust the Giants offense to back him up. This is one of those spots where I think that he could pitch well, have 6, maybe even 7 solid innings and have that not be enough. I do like the under in this game as well, but I think that the Cubs are just the better team, and I can't see him getting swept here. So I'm going to roll with the Cubs in this one.
Fair enough. We head to the last 2 games in Major League Baseball today. It is the New York Mets. They're at home, at the crib. Home's on the mound for them. The Money Marlins. I don't know if we can continue to call them that. They're out on the road facing the Mets. Missouri on the mound for them. And we have the White Sox at home at the crib. Martin on the mound for them. Will Warren on the mound for the Yankees. Brian, how we feeling?
It's a tough slot here. I don't want to pull a Ruffalo and take a pass, but for me in this slot, I'll take the White Sox plus the 1.5. They're 40-28 at home, ATS wise. On the run line, Yankees 27-37 on the road. I think it's a 1-run game. I think Yankees, squeak out a W here, but I think the White Sox keep it within a run.
I would agree. I've been on the Yankees a ton. I feel like it's been a lot of Yankees style spots. And I feel like overall this is a Yankees style series. Trying to catch the Jays, trying to hold off everybody in the wild card race. But the thing is, the White Sox, man, they're still they're better than you think at home. I've said that all season, and really look at the numbers for them post All-Star break at home. I don't think anybody wants the White Sox the way they've been beat up the last 2 days by the Royals. Yankees look good. I can see a lot of people trying to slip a Yankees money line into their college football parlays tonight. And this be the one that busts them up. So wouldn't shock me if the White Sox won this outright. Wouldn't shock me if they kept it all that competitive. I'm leaning White Sox here in this one. Mets, Marlins, I think the value's gone. There's really nowhere to go. While I do love betting the Marlins on the road, we've cashed with the Marlins on the road a ton this year. I don't think this is one of those spots probably. So, but I'm not laying this type of price with the Mets right now. They're playing good. They're playing good. I don't know if I want to lay this price. Chris?
Same thing for me. I'm taking the White Sox here. Just a fade of Will Warren on the road this season. But if this game was at Yankee Stadium, I have a lot easier time taking Will Warren. But on the road, an ERA around 6. Do I love Davis Martin? Not necessarily, but I think he could be good enough here. This, for me, just feels like one of the more winnable spots for the White Sox in this series. Wouldn't blame anyone for taking the +1.5 at plus money or near plus money, but I like them to win the game outright. I'm going to take the White Sox in this one.
Don, close us out, Major League Baseball.
Yep, give me the Mets. I'll lay 2.5. I'll lay 3.5. Can I get a 4.5? How about 5? Give me the Mets by margin. 8, Adam Major. He's pitched once in the major league level this year, struggled. He's been pitching. He's had 107 innings with the AAA affiliate, the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, one of the best names in sports. But he has struggled there, too, in AAA. 4.36 ERA, a lot of home runs given up, 1.8 home runs per 9. Not the best strikeout stuff. The control's okay, but this is a Mets team. It's number 1 in August in baseball in team OPS against righties, top 5 in isolated power, playing with swagger after a sweep of the Phillies. They've won 10 straight games over their rivals. You could say it's a bit of a letdown, but I think they have no problem getting to Major. And I think Clay Holmes, who I definitely still have concerns with and stamina-wise as his first year as a full-time starter, but he's been pitching really well his last couple of games. Those were back-to-back blowout wins for the Mets, 9-2 and 7-3. Even the previous start where he struggled against the Braves, giving up 5 runs on August 12th, they still won that game 13-5. This Mets team, this Mets offense is really underrated right now. And guys like Vientos are starting to heat up. Some of the role players that have had slow seasons overall, that the Mets are hoping any of those guys can wake up. Here they are. I think the Mets win this game by margin.
There you go. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's Major League Baseball for the day, ladies and gentlemen. I know what time it is, man. We switch our focus over to college football. Got a ranked team playing tonight. A team that was playing in the college football playoff a season ago. They got the brakes beat off of them, but they were there. What a season they had. They are 5.5-point road favorites over the USF Bulls in this one. Total 61.5. And we have Ohio and Rutgers. Rutgers at home laying north of 2 touchdowns, 15.5. Total 51.5. I guess we'll do 2. We got time.
Oh, boy.
Oh, jeez.
Come on.
I was hoping he's doing 3, 3s.
We'll do 3. We got NC State and East Carolina. NC State laying 14 points currently on East Carolina. I'm first here. Boise USF. Here's my thoughts on this one. I think USF has now become public underdog. I think Boise is the better football team. Both sides of the field, head and shoulders the better football team. Over the summer, you could have got USF at like 9, 8, 7, 6. Now it's down to 5.5. A lot of the sharps came in over the summer, bet USF. But the sharps, remember, the sharps are betting a number, not a side. and that number is long gone. The Sharp Chasers are now, I believe, on USF. I think Boise, again, is just a better team, flat out. I think they'll be able to run the football just as effectively as they did last year. I know Genty's gone, but they still have a solid backfield, really solid offensive line. Defensively, I thought they were a little underrated last year. I think in a game like this, USF gets beat up. I know they're getting their quarterback back, but I don't think it's enough. I like Boise. Rutgers, Ohio. I like Rutgers in this one. I think Rutgers is going to be able to do pretty much whatever they want offensively against Ohio. I know when you think of Rutgers, you typically don't think offense, but I think in a showcase game, first game of the season, I think they run up the score, or at least they try to. I just don't trust Ohio and what they're bringing back. This team had a lot of turnover this year. I think the Scarlet Knights beat up on them here in this one. It's a lot of lumber to lay. I wish it was under 2 touchdowns, like 13.5, 15.5 is a little nerve-wracking. You need 2 touchdowns and a field goal. But it wouldn't shock me if they won this game by 21 points, if they just completely shut down Ohio. So lean for me towards Rutgers. And final one up here in this slot, NC State, East Carolina. Interesting game. East Carolina has been a thorn in the side of NC State over the past couple seasons. They beat them outright last game of the year last year. The line was way more competitive than the line is here, and I think that tells you a lot of what you need to know. So I like NC State here in this one. In the revenge game, I think they beat up on them. So give me NC State. Chris, how are we feeling here in these first 3?
I really think NC State is live to get upset here. I get the revenge game, but East Carolina is one of those teams that they're always tired of being considered little brother. They have a history of giving North Carolina problems, NC State problems. I mean, they're not going to want to back down because, there was that skirmish at the end of the bowl game last year. The fact of the matter is that North Carolina State still has a ton of turnover themselves. I think this offense took a step back. They let Casey Concepcion go to Texas A&M in the portal. East Carolina has a lot of returning production, and when Harrell took over the head coaching gig last year, when Blake Harrell took over, East Carolina played well. They played really well offensively. They bring back their quarterback, a couple of receivers. I just don't trust this NC State defense. I think this is going to be a track meet. I think that the 14 points is well within reason. I love the over here. 38-35, something like that. So give me East Carolina there. And I'm on Rutgers as well. I was initially on Ohio, but then I realized it's Greg Schiano in a non-conference game.
He's going to
have these non-conference games last year.
Score. Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah. Normally Rutgers isn't a team that I consider to be high scoring. And I once conference play starts, I won't. But this is just one of those games where no matter what it is, I think it's a lack of scoring from Ohio that determines the cover here. I could see 31-7, but again, like I said, also Schiano likes to run it up in these games where he has the potential, when he has the ability to. So you're not going to have the ability to in Big Ten play. So give me Rutgers here, laying the points.
Ron the Don Romanelli, how we feeling here? First 3 in college football.
Yeah, well, at the beginning of the show, Jay, you mentioned the weather's getting a little bit cooler out. That's not necessarily the case in Florida. We don't get any cool weather until maybe December. It's going to be throughout the day. It's high 80s, low 90s, but the real feel is in the hundreds because of the humidity. That's just the Florida Tampa weather that you're going to see here. And for a team like Boise that wasn't the best on the road last year, they had a scare at Georgia Southern. They lost against Oregon. Obviously, that's not a bad loss, but Hawaii gave them some troubles on the road. I don't, when you lose your Heisman Trophy level running back in Genty, I think that this offense has some struggles early on. I think the defense, especially with the USF team, it's really experienced with a great quarterback in Byron Brown. I think USF's going to be able to move the ball consistently. This is a Bulls team that under Golish has played some tough teams at home. They've scheduled up. They played Alabama back-to-back years. They played Miami, of course, last year. I think that USF is going to be battle-tested enough for a game like this. Now, I agree with you. I would have liked it to got 7 points, 8 points like we saw at the opening number. And now that it's been down to 5 and 6, you're not getting that key number of 7. So that's why it's not a premium play for me. But I still think that USF is a very live dog in this game. So I'm going to take them. I would take them plus the points. I would split your bet plus the points and money line. I think that's the way to go for this one. So give me USF.
I don't know, man. I think a lot of people think Boise was Ashton Genty made. And I think they bring back a lot of offensive line. They bring back the same offensive line, basically. So the guys that were opening up them holes for Genty are still there. And they have a solid running back crew. I think they run all over USF. And defensively, they bring back a lot of that production too. So to me, the multi-million-dollar question is, in this game, do you think Boise was Ashton Genty made? If you think yes, I'm not mad at you for taking USF. If you think no,
I think they were Mountain West made. Look at the schedule they played last year. They played nobody. They played a step-up game against Oregon, lost. They played, obviously, Penn State in the playoff, lost, and that wasn't even close. Wins over, Washington State, Utah State, Hawaii. They don't tell me that you should be laying this many points against a battle-tested, experienced team like USF that plays a tough schedule itself. So I'm not impressed with the Mountain West. I'm not impressed with Boise, especially away from Boise. I think they're in trouble. I think USF wins the game outright.
we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I think USF is more in line with those teams. I think USF is getting a little overhyped coming into the season. And I think people will realize in this game that Boise was a playoff team for a reason. So we'll see. We will see. Ryan B., how are we feeling here in this first slot of the day?
I love everything that the GOAT Ron Romanelli had to say, but I also think that temperature, man, come fourth quarter, humidity, these guys in Boise, they're not used to that kind of stuff. But anyway, as far as my games go, or my game, I'm going to take NC State laying the 14. Pinnacle has it up to 14.5 now. It's just NC State got embarrassed in that bowl game, 26-21 to ECU, and they're off of a subpar 7-9 record last year. Just, I think they're going to definitely not take ECU for granted here. I think they just, if ECU wins this game outright, I'll walk to Ruflo's house. That would shock me, but I think they beat them by 21 here.
Get your comfy shoes on.
I would be shocked. That would shock me.
Skechers?
I might quit doing college football. I'd be so shocked.
Nikes.
They're going to crush this team. We're going to see the ACC talent here.
Where? Because it's not at NC State.
Well, we'll see. They're definitely not going to take. It's one thing in a bowl game. When ECU is taking on a big brother team like NC State, it's another thing to start the season. So I don't know. Coming off of revenge right away. We'll see.
Yeah, you never see this, though. That's true. You never.
I'd lay 21.5 in this game, probably.
Then you know. Then I'd be sending you a walker. So you can have somewhere to sit halfway up the walk.
CJ Bailey is a superstar.
Oh God, I forgot that's who's quarterback. Oh my God. ECU reverse.
You're going to see CJ Bailey. I think watch out for him in the ACC this year.
Someone's saying in the comments, Parkland Navarro, INT, CJ Bailey, INT is a lock. This is almost as much of a lock as Daniel Jones.
I'll tell you what, if ECU wins outright, I'm going to send you a case of Pepperidge Farm cookies right to your door as a gift. If I'm allowed to. I don't know if there's any problem getting that into Canada. But
you're allowed to. Well,
right,
my trainer might not say so, but you're allowed to.
Fair enough.
No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't make you do that. The shipping's going to kick you in the nuts.
$100 to ship it.
Oh, God. Yeah, exactly.
Another thing, Jay, you realize Raymond James That's the Buck Stadium. It's an NFL stadium full of USF fans that don't get to host these types of games too often. It's going to be
National
you love the
TV.
emotions, you love the dramatics. I'm surprised for a guy like you. I feel like you'd be eating this up.
I just think
they hosted Miami.
I really think Boise is underrated now at this point, and I think USF is a tremendous public underdog. Like, it wouldn't shock me if Boise came out here and beat the brakes off of USF. And then everybody was like, "Damn, wow, why was I on USF?" Like, that's kind of how I'm feeling. So we'll see.
Killing me, Jay.
I know. We'll see. We'll see. Speaking of Florida, got another Florida team playing. Two Florida teams playing. UCF versus JSU, Jackson State.
They're not a Florida team, but
Are they not?
State. No.
What Jacksonville is this then?
Different Jacksonville.
They're in Alabama, aren't they?
Oh, wow. Caught me. Well, learn something new every day.
I was literally going to say that.
They are playing, though, and UCF is laying 20.5 points in this one. This game is in Florida, though. It is in Florida. We have Akron and Wyoming. Wyoming laying 5.5 points on the Zips. Zip, baby.
Zippies. I like the
Zip. College hoops. They one of my teams in college hoops. I don't really know too much about them in college football.
They're the lovable losers in college football.
Yeah, I was going to say, they call them Zips because that's how many points they score in a game.
Oh, okay. We'll see. Don't count out my Zips.
And we have Minnesota and Buffalo. Minnesota at home laying 17.5. Okay. We got two more after that. Chris, how we feeling here in this first slot? Second slot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I'm leaning towards. Oh man, this is probably my least favorite time slot on the board. I'm leaning towards Wyoming. I lean towards the under as well. Laramie is just one of those places where weird stuff happens. We've seen it happen with teams in conference play where they go to Wyoming and the record just falls off a cliff and they just fall apart. Akron, I just don't think they have enough of anything to be able to compete here. So
this game is in
Akron.
Oh, it's in Akron. Well, even then, yeah, still Wyoming can take their talents on the road. They have a defense that travels, and that's why maybe then I like the under even more because they don't have. I just don't like points in this game. I don't like anything about this game, so that's why I like the under in this one. I don't like anything about this time slot, to be honest. So.
I will agree with you. Ron, how we feeling?
Yeah, I think UCF wins by margin. I think Jacksonville State, first year post Rodriguez, I think that they have a lot of growing pains defensively to start the season. I think they're honestly, program-wise, not in a terrible position, but their defense, I think, is in big trouble in this game. I don't think they make a lot of stops. I think UCF is underrated defensively also. I just think it's going to be a one-sided game in that, 31-3 range. I don't think Jack State does much in this one. So give me UCF.
Brian, how you feeling?
I agree with Romanelli. Frost's first year here at UCF, off an embarrassing year in the Big 12. You want to get started right away here. I liked it yesterday at 18, I believe it was. Now it's at 20.5. So I think if you're getting under 21, you got to jump on UCF now.
Who's quarterback for UCF? KJ Jefferson?
No. Jackson, I believe.
Isn't KJ on the roster today? What is he doing? He been in college.
I thought KJ was done. I thought it.
Taven Jackson.
Nah, I think he's still on the roster.
Is he? I don't think he is. Is he?
I think he is.
He. Colorado? No.
It's Taven Jackson from of Indiana fame.
I think he's graduated. KJ.
Yeah, it's Taven Jackson, Ja'Cory Brown, and Cam Fancher from FAU last year. That's the quarterback.
Yeah,
there.
no more eligibility for KJ.
Okay, he gone. All right. I don't really have anything here in this one.
Taking a roof flow.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a Ruffalo UCF JSU. Akron, Wyoming. I actually lean Zips. I just think laying points on the road with Wyoming, you're asking for it. You're asking for it. This is not a premium style play. It's nothing I'm in love with. Wyoming is from the bigger program. You would think they're head and shoulders a better team, but I don't know. Needed them to win by a touchdown on the road. A little nerve wracking. This has 3-4 point win written all over it. So I would lean Akron. The one I like the most here in this slot, I like Minnesota. Another public underdog I feel like today is Buffalo. A lot of people high on this Buffalo team. And I'm not saying full season, it's not going to be a bad look. I just think today in Minnesota is a bad look. I think the Gophers do whatever they want to Buffalo today. Buffalo had a solid season last year, much better than pretty much everybody thought. They played really well. Had a really good season. And I'm not saying they don't improve on that this year. They bring a lot of people back from that team last year. But on the road in Minnesota is a different spot. I wouldn't be shocked if Minnesota is one of them teams that is really good defensively that doesn't get the credit. Like Buffalo's a team that likes to run the football. And I'm telling you right now, they're not going to be able to run the ball on Minnesota. They're not. I don't think anybody's going to be able to run the ball on Minnesota. So it's just one of those games where Buffalo's strength is they're going up against Minnesota's strength, which is their run D. So, and then if you're asking me if Buffalo's defense slows down Minnesota's offense, I don't see it happening. So I would lay the huge number with the Gophers. All right, we head to the last two in college football, and those are Cincinnati, the Bearcats. They're battling it out with the Cornhuskers and Nebraska. This game is neutral site in Arrowhead. Nebraska lands 6.5, total 51. And we have Wisconsin land 17.5 points on Miami, Ohio. I do know that this one's not in Florida.
Yeah.
Howie Flair.
Yep. I think we see a really boring game, Miami, Ohio, Wisconsin. I think it goes under the total, even the lowest total of the week. I think I can't see Miami doing much offensively at all. And even Wisconsin, I think it's going to be a slow start for them. I actually think this Miami defense is going to be one of the better ones in the MAC this year. So ugly game. I like the under.
Brian.
It's a tough one. I'll take the Bearcats plus the points here. They struggled in the Big 12 last season. Nebraska started off hot and then really crapped out down the stretch like a typical Cornhuskers team. I just think it's going to be a field goal type game, a field goal win here for Nebraska. I think we get the cover here with the Bearcats.
I'm with you. I'm Cincinnati. ATS for me. Nebraska is a hype team. They're one of the hypest teams coming into this season. I understand why. It's Matt Rule year 3. It's Dylan Raiola. I get it. And I'm not saying that they, a lot of people got this team. If they only lose 2 games, looking at their schedule, it's probably possible. College football playoff, I'm starting to hear this team in talks for. A lot of hype surrounding the Cornhuskers right now. I'm not saying it's not deserved hype. I'm just saying the hype doesn't necessarily translate into point spreads. And while I do think Nebraska is the better team, while I do think Nebraska wins this game, I would love to have a full touchdown in my back pocket with Cincinnati. So I feel like everybody, their mama, uncle, and auntie today is on Nebraska. I'm going to go with the small contrarian play, Cincinnati ATS. And then Wisconsin, Miami, Ohio. Miami, Ohio is a sneaky good team. I don't know who they're going to be this year. And I don't know if I really want to lay 17.5 with Wisconsin. So in a lean, not really knowing too much about these two teams, game one, Miami, Ohio. Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to be with the family. I'm going to take Nebraska. I just think that, the hype is warranted for Nebraska. I think, we saw a lot of hype about Indiana last year with the coaching change that they made, and, it worked out for them. I think that you get the same kind of vibes with Nebraska this year, where they're going to be the team that everybody jumps on, but, a team I think is going to be able to pick up a lot of results. I think this is going to be a bit of a pseudo home game for Nebraska. I think the fans are going to travel a lot easier to Arrowhead. I'm just out on the Cincinnati team this season. So they were competitive in a lot of their road games last year. They lost to Texas Tech by 3, beat Miami, Ohio, beat UCF on the road, but down the stretch they got absolutely crushed. And I think Nebraska wins this one by 10 points, 27-17. What is 2 thumbs? It doesn't care.
It's all good. We love you, though.
It's okay. It's good to have a
How many times the Squares don't always lose?
They don't.
It's good to know that you're a square. At least you can address it.
It's good to know that I don't care. I think I could potentially care less.
Chris is in a surly mood.
He's in a mood today.
It's because he's worried about the Blue Jays.
I am not worried about the Blue Jays. You saw our interaction. I'd
be frightened. We hit like 6 home runs yesterday, and that inning that never ended, 80 pitches, while the Blue Jays could barely get by the Minnesota. I don't even want to call them the Twins. It's whatever their AAA affiliate is.
I'm
a little worried.
I would be.
I mean, a lot of my friends, and I do have friends other than the guys on the show, they all love freaking Nebraska, and you haven't seen this line budge off of 6.5. Maybe went down to 6 in some spots, but I don't know. We'll see. I think the Bearcats are the side, but I hate to go against my good friend Chris, but
the Squares is up in
the proper places. I'll say that even if they lose.
Fair enough. Y'all know me, man. I'll be forgetting to make the WNBA graphics in the morning. So, yeah.
I'm mad at the WNBA. That Atlanta Dream last night, that was the proper play, and they got it.
And that was. It was. It was my play.
Hurt my feelings watching that.
That was my play of the month, man. I just knew they was going to win that game yesterday. I was wrong.
That's your chance to send a statement to the WNBA that they're for real, and they just got crushed.
6 points in the third.
Oh, what an embarrassment.
6 points in the third. They won every quarter but the third, and they scored 6 damn points. I can't see that in a handicap, bro, y'all. I'm sorry.
Makes me angry.
I can't see a team scoring 2-3 baskets in an entire quarter. That's insane. Let's do this because I'll have them done here in a second. Money making Thursday. A lot going on today. Chris, you've been hot in the month of August. It's coming to an end here soon. I don't think your hot streak is. What you got going on today over at PickDawgz Premium?
I got my pickoff play on the board. I'm still hitting around 75% in the month of August. So I'm trying to keep it rolling into today. Got a 3-pack from Major League Baseball. Those my college football play of the day are finally here. Gone through the card with a comb and tried to pick out the one that I like the best, and I found it. So Got that for $29. Make sure you jump on board over at PickDawgz. You pair me up with Jay, Ron, Brian. Pair all of us up. Make you some money. But remember to use the promo code PICK. Get 15% off your purchase.
Hop on with the franchise, ladies and gentlemen. We don't call him that for no reason. He been red hot. Continue to kick the crap out of the book with Chris. Ron the Don's been hot too. He's been hot too. What you got going on today over at PickDawgz Premium, huh?
I got my rundown best bet in Major League Baseball. We're 10-1 in that play in the last 11. Cashed with the Pittsburgh Pirates yesterday night. And I've also got my top play in college football today. Haven't talked about it on the show today. It's my favorite play, really one of my favorite plays of week 1 in general. So you can check that out at PickDawgz Premium.
Hop on with Ron the Don. Take the crap out of books, ladies and gentlemen. Brian B., what you got going on today?
Well, finally had a winning day yesterday, trying to finish out the month hot. Started off 1-0 in college football. Last year, ranked number 2 in college football. 58% winners on the year. I got my titanium in college football day, $25 at PickDawgz.com. Make sure you check that out. Also, you can get the All Access Football Pass. $8.95 gets you every NFL and college football I put out. Use code PICK at checkout, save an additional 15%.
Hop on with Brian B., ladies and gentlemen. Continue to do the damn thing with my guy. For me today, I got 4 plays in total. I have a WNBA play of the day. I know I dropped my play of the month yesterday. Super frustrating. But overall, we've saw the board really well all season in the WNBA. 39, 28, and 1 on my WNBA play of the day. So trying to make it 40. Yeah, I can scoop that play up for $25. I have a Major League Baseball play of the day. We cashed it yesterday with the under Mariners Padres. Looking to go back-to-back on that play. So a play that I really love in baseball. I only have 1 play in baseball today. Really, really like it. $25, you can get that one. But I have 2 big plays from college football tonight. I have my college football big play. It's the play I personally have the most money on. When you see me post a big play, you know Jay has a pretty penny on that play. I have one of those tonight. And I also have a behind the woodshed winner. I think there's a game on the card where a team just blows a team out the water. Pretty no sweat and cash in a pretty easy way. So 2 plays from college football, 1 from the dub, 1 from Major League Baseball. Money making Thursday. I'll have a 3-pack included. It'll include the behind shed winner, the MLB, and the WNBA. The big play will be sold separately. So that's what I got going on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Speaking of getting it done, getting ready to head over to the WNBA. I do have the graphics somewhat made, so we will do that. First game on the card today is the defending champs, the New York Liberty. They have the Washington Mystics rolling in. Liberty are laying 12.5. Total 163.5. Oh, this is the slowest download ever. We have the Lynx and the Storm. Lynx laying 8.5 points on Seattle. Total 164.5. And we have the Mercury laying 12.5 points on the Seattle Sky. Total 163.5. I believe. All right. So I kind of forgot who's up.
I think you're up, Jay.
Is it me?
Is it? I think, but.
All right. First one, I would lean towards the Liberty here in this one. I think the reason I like the Liberty here, they've beaten up on the Mystics both games this season. Both games they've beaten up on the Mystics were in Washington. We know the Liberty have been terrible on the road all season long. So the fact they beat up on Washington in Washington, I have no reason to believe they don't do the same in New York, where they're a different team, a different monster, a different animal. Personally, I still would say the best team in the dub. I know it's getting harder and harder to say that as the days pass by. I think I'll be proven right when they host back-to-back WNBA championships, though, when they get healthy here soon. Seattle, Minnesota. I can't fade Minnesota at home. I can't. And Seattle, this team is just not good. This team has just fallen off a cliff. Just when you think you can trust them, you can't. And I don't trust them tonight, especially not in Minnesota. Minnesota has earned that right, the respect, the love at home, at the crib, where they've been a different team. Monster, an animal. And last one of the night, Mercury Sky. I think this graphics a little off. I'll fix it. Or maybe I won't. Y'all get the picture. Toughest game on the card. I could argue both sides. I will lean Sky though. Now that they're kind of back healthy, they're a different team, Monster and Animal. It looked like the team that was healthy pre All-Star break that was covering a ton of point spreads. The reason they stopped covering was because they got banged up, but now that they're somewhat healthy again, I would lean Chicago. Chris, how are you feeling in the dub tonight?
Yeah, the only two I like here are the Lynx at home, laying the points. Like you said, they've earned that respect. Storm just not a team I want to back on the road right now, especially in Minnesota. I just think the Lynx are the far better team, getting healthy again. Just give me Minnesota in that one. The team that I think is only getting respect in name brand only are the New York Liberty. Give me the points with the Mystics. 0-4 against the spread of the Liberty in their last four is a double-digit home favorite. 1-8-1 against the number is a double-digit favorite overall in their last 10. Liberty win, but I think Mystics cover. Don't get me wrong, I hate the state of the Mystics after they made all those trades at the deadline, but Liberty and laying double digits, just like oil and water, doesn't work. So give me the Mystics and the points.
We're on the down. How are we feeling?
Yep, I agree. I'm going to take the Mystics. We saw Washington cover last time these teams met in Washington, getting 12.5. They shot 26% from three and still got the job done, covering, keeping it to single digits. Not easy back at Washington these days, but certainly not easy laying this amount of points with the Liberty as well. So I got to just take the points with the Mystics.
Brian B, close us out for the day. How are we feeling?
I'm on Jay's side here. I think the Liberty, they've only covered 2 of the last 10. They scuffled against Connecticut, barely won it. I think now they got to stick their flag in the center court here and just kick the crap out of this Washington Mystics team. Has been getting worse as the season goes on. I mean, the WNBA, this is the type of spread where the road team usually covers at that plus 13. But Liberty here at home, I think this is the day they're going to break out of the night. I think we see a 20-point win.
Fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. We did it. Covered all of the games, man. College football, Major League Baseball, and the WNBA. We did it under an hour as well. Man. Oh, man. Money I'm making Thursday. Favorite place, PickDawgz Premium, but y'all know what part of the show it is now. It is parlay time. Parlay. Franchise, what we doing?
Yeah, let's go with the Lynx. Let's go with Rutgers. And let's go with the Astros on the run line.
Be down Central.
Yep.
Fair enough. I like it. Ron, how you feeling?
Yeah, I believe we cashed our 2-team parlay on the Braves and Athletics yesterday. Go for a 3-teamer today. Mets money line. Diamondbacks money line. USF plus the points.
Brian B, how we feeling?
I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bearcats plus the points, NC State laying the wood, and New York Liberty laying some wood.
I'm going to go for a baseball 2-team dog first. We're going to go White Sox money line, Diamondbacks money line. College football, I will go with Rutgers laying the 15.5. And Cincinnati plus 6.5. No, scratch that. Let's do Minnesota laying 17.5 and Rutgers laying 15.5. Beat down. 2-team beat down in college football. You can add that to Cincinnati if you want. It's a tough game. I do think Nebraska's a better team, but all the squids.
Square's doing a lot of humping tonight, that's for sure.
Yes, they are. And there are some sharp chasers out there tonight, too.
Well, they're making love to Nebraska. They got the – never mind.
That's it. That's all, though, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't got nothing else for y'all. Well, yes, I do. Circa. We'll be doing our Circa contest here soon for the NFL season. We'll be posting the link for that for you guys to vote here soon. We'll continue to tell you as we get closer and closer, but the link will be posted for you to actually go in there and put in your votes for week 1 here soon. College football show. We're shooting that today. Be posted in the morning, so be on the lookout for that. It'll cover a couple of tomorrow's games and the big games from Saturday. Other than that, though, money making Thursday. Let's do it. Chris, you got any final words for the folks?
No, just make it a winning day. I'm glad to have football back. So make some money this season.
Yes, sir. Ron and Don.
Good luck, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Brian.
Good luck, everybody. Let's sweep the board tonight.
See y'all soon. Make it a winning day. Check out all the content we got on the YouTube channel. Check out all the written content we got on the website. Best bets on the website. See y'all tomorrow. We out here.